I am here talking with Gabrielle Bell, comic book artist at the ALA Anaheim convention in 2012. Hi, so what do you have to show to librarians at the conference this year?
Well, I have my new book, The Voyeurs, and it's a sort of memoir, a sort of hybrid memoir and semi-autobiographical short stories. And it covers a span of about 4 or 5 years of my life, and it's semi-autobiographical because it uses memoir as a sort of springboard to tell sort of fantastical stories and explore issues like feminism and a lot of literary and philosophical ideas. I also have this July Diary, which is a comic I did on the internet. I did a comic every day for the month of July, and I sort of edited it into a 31-page comic book.
And what was going on in your life around the time that is covered in The Voyeurs? What can we expect from that?
Well, it is a lot of traveling. I went to Japan to work on a movie with Michel Gondry, and then did a lot of touring and promotional comics, and then there are some relationship stories and also struggles with just being an artist.
Cool.
Mainly it goes from New York to places around the country and then back to New York. Around the world a little bit.
Are you living in New York these days?
Yes, I live in Brooklyn.
Excellent. And how did you get your start in comics? What got you sort of making comics, and why do comics speak to you as a storyteller?
I was always interested in comics. I always wanted to be a writer, but I was also very much in love with drawings. And when I was young, I couldn't decide if I wanted to be an artist or if I wanted to be a writer. They were really very closely tied, and then I discovered this whole world of comic books, of like independent or alternative underground comics, and they were doing all kinds of really amazing things. And I saw I think a lot of cartoonists they fall in love with the indie comics, the underground comics.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a lot of potential. I saw that I could be a writer and an artist, and I could spend my whole life exploring it.
And how's the ALA conference been for you this year? What are librarians saying about your work?
I think I have a good connection with librarians and with readers and writers, because my work is much more writerly oriented. I'm more informed by prose and fiction than by comics. I mean, I love comics.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think that is a connection there. But also I think that my work is very simple and it connects more to non-comic artists. Not to separate myself from cartoonists, but it's pretty easy to read and direct. You don't have to be versed in the universe of comics.
And what's a book that you've read recently, a comic that you've read recently that you want to tell the world about?
It's been a while since I've read comics.
What's your favorite then?
My favorite comic?
Or the biggest influences on your work?
My biggest influence is Julie Doucet. She doesn't really do comics anymore, but she's left a strong legacy. Very visceral, dark, beautifully hatched, cross-hatched. Very beautiful work.
That was Julie Doucet?
Julie Doucet. She did a comic called Dirty Plot in the 90s. Very kind of surreal, dark feminine in a very sort of riot girl kind of way. But there's a lot of really amazing talent that's happening right now. My publisher Tom Kaczynski is coming out with a new book about it is called, I can't remember what it's called.
But we'll all be on the lookout for it.